Hey everyone, so I've been saying that I am going to get into the kitchen, and today I'm finally going to get into the kitchen. Going to show you just a couple things, nothing too crazy, just like I said, try to keep things simple around here. So today I'm going to show you, it's like a really pretty well super easy banana bread recipe. Um, so I do still do some baking. Not all the time, so it's just kind of like a special treat. And I'm still using like white sugar, so I wanna, like, I know there's other ways to sweeten things, and I wanna start like putting those to practice. But today I am gonna use white sugar. I really actually want to start trying to use like a date paste, like making a date paste to like naturally sweeten things. So I just need to figure that out. Like, I'm pretty sure it's easy. I think you just put it in your food processor or put the dates in your food processor and just whip them up. But I'll look into it a little bit more and start putting that into practice. So yeah, so today I'm just gonna make like an easy banana bread recipe. So this is no eggs, no milk, um, no eggs, no milk. So just basically bananas. This recipe calls for 4 bananas. I only have 3, so I'm gonna throw in like half a cup of applesauce just to kind of even it out a little bit, make it so it's not so dry, a little bit more moist. Cause it does call for like whole wheat flour in this one. So I'll just turn you over here so you can see what's going on. So I already like went ahead and mashed the banana, just put them on a plate and mush them up with a fork. Okay, so I'm just gonna pour them into the bowl. So basically you're just gonna like mix all your wet ingredients into one bowl and all your dry into another, and then you're gonna combine. So wet, I need 1 teaspoon of vanilla. This is like just pure vanilla. So yeah, there's 3 bananas in here. 1 teaspoon of vanilla. I'm gonna throw the half a cup of applesauce in there as well. And then it calls for 4 tablespoons of water. Mix that in. Okay, and then actually the sugar goes in this as well. So a half a cup of sugar, which actually the recipe called for 2/3 of a cup, so we don't need it that sweet. There's like sweet applesauce, and the bananas are sweet themselves as well, so I probably could have even, you know, cut it down even more, but we're just gonna go with that today. Okay, so I'm gonna mix that up just a bit. Okay. Oops. I'm gonna fix it. Okay. Okay. And then this is 2 cups of whole wheat flour. And there is a half a teaspoon of salt. I don't even know why. I mean, really, what's the point? But just following the instructions. This was a teaspoon of baking powder. And I'm just gonna rinse it off. Mix it up a bit. Like, really does not get any easier than this. Like, most people have this stuff on hand. Anyhow. There we go. Okay. So now I'm just gonna, it says to put the dry in with the wet. I don't know if it makes a difference or not. I'm just gonna do a little bit and then mix. At a time. half and half. Sure, that works. A lot of the time I like to make it with chocolate chips, but because when I just recently fallen off the starch solution bandwagon, my my vice was chocolate. That was what I was eating, handfuls upon handfuls of dark chocolate, and so I really don't want it in the house. I don't want it haunting me. I don't want to fall back into that place again. But also, I have willpower as well. I don't know. We'll see. One day. I mean, it'd be more for the kids than anything, but I don't think that it will kill me to have, you know, a few chocolate chips. If I can just leave them alone at that. Mind you, I am trying to lose weight, so yeah. Just mix it up. Mixing all the dryness in. Okay. So that is what it looks like. It's like really thick pancake mix. So because I'm in Canada, I went to Canadian Tire and bought a set. It was on for, I can't remember if it was $10 or $15. I got a set of like the silicone baking stuff because there's no oil in anything. If I even put it in like a non-stick pan, it's still gonna stick. I don't even know what the purpose of those things are because it still sticks. Oven was preheated to 350, so you know. And then once I put it on, you're gonna put it on, it says 55 to 65 minutes, so I'm gonna try like 60 minutes. Something like that. Or I'll check it in 55 and then we'll see. So anyways, I bought this set. It came with this. There was like a silicone baking mat that you could put on like a cookie sheet. It came with that. It came with like a Jello mold, but I'm never going to use a Jello mold. And then like a bigger baking dish style thing. So it's like relatively cheap. Like I think it was $10 or $15. So it does not, it comes right out of this stuff. So it works well. Oh, Jenny, go. Okay, so I'm going to pour this in. Yeah, like this would totally be so much more healthy if there wasn't the white sugar. But like I said, I'm gonna get to that because I don't do a lot of baking, really. I'm not overly concerned about it at this point, but you know, just getting healthier is what we want to do. So, and I've made this one before with the whole wheat flour, and it actually, I thought that it would be fairly dry, but it actually isn't too bad. So, yeah, okay. And before I had one of these little silicone trays, I just use like I did have like a non-stick bread pan, but I lined it with parchment paper, and that worked very well as well. So your choice, whatever you want to use. Okay. So that is that. All right. I'm gonna, because they're kind of wobbly, they're not firm, right? They're silicone. I'm just gonna stick it on a, gonna stick it on one of these pans. Just makes it easier to transport. Okay, I'm gonna throw that in there. Put my timer on for 55 minutes. Let's see what happens. Okay, so I'm gonna move on to the, well, actually before I move on to the next thing, I'm just gonna go like over some things quickly, just so you guys can see exactly what I've got going on here. Just lift this bit. Okay, so I went and bought myself like some glass jars. So I don't have like, we're renovating, so I don't have a ton of room right now in my kitchen. This is basically, like, that is the pathetic little area that I have going on. So, I mean, at least I have one, but it sucks. I will eventually have an island as like a workstation, and my husband's like custom building me a pantry, so all of this can go in there, so I'll have room again. But yeah, I just want to show you guys some things quick. So these are the jars. I just went to the dollar store. They were like $2 or something like that. You just use those. It's the jasmine rice, the spaghetti one. I have one for, there's some quinoa in here. Actually, maybe I'll do a video on that one day. Like, I make a quinoa stew. I haven't made that in a while. The kids really like that. But it just basically like carrots, onion, celery, potatoes, quinoa, vegetable broth in like the slow cooker. I don't have a slow cooker anymore. I'll use the Instant Pot, but that, and then at the end I just add a little bit of flour and water to thicken it up like a thick stew. I'll do that one day. Then I have a jar of lentils. I like to use these for chili. I find that now, like, we don't use ground beef in our chili, so it seems to be a little bit more like soupy-like. So if I add beans and lentils to it, it thickens it up a lot nicer. So that's basically what we use these for. For snacks, I do popcorn, so I have an air popper. We make that in the air popper, and then I add, I just put a spray bottle and added, oh my gosh, vinegar in the spray bottle, and so I spray it, and then I throw some seasoning salt on there. Just so you know though, be careful with salts, spices, whatever you want to call them. This seasoning salt is, this is the brand we buy. Really good stuff. But I have bought seasoning salt that has oil in it. I think they use it as like a binding agent. I'm not sure, because they also, you can find it in like onion salt and garlic salt as well. So like the salt spices has oil in it. Like stuff like Montreal steak spice. I even found like an Italian one that had oil in it. So you have to be careful. Anyways, that's what we use on our popcorn. And then what else did I, oh yes, and I got my hands on some barley. I don't know what to do with it other than put it in a soup. And I'd like to find more ways to get it in, because like there's so many good things about this stuff, like so loaded in fiber and tons of like iron and magnesium and stuff, and barley is good, so I'd love to find some new ways. So I'm gonna get looking around to see what I can find. And then I don't eat bread a lot. The kids eat more bread than I do, but we just buy this oil-free bread from Walmart. It just has like water, salt, yeast, and flour in it. And so that's, until I start making my own. I want to make my own eventually one day. I just need to figure out how to do it without milk and eggs and stuff like that. So yeah, so I'm gonna get on to that. So I'm gonna Next I'm gonna peel up some potatoes and throw those on, just boil them. I like to have them on hand, potatoes and rice especially. I like to have those on hand just so that if you're hungry, they're there, they're ready to go. So I'm gonna do that. Not really sure that I need, well, I mean, it can't hurt to show you what I'm doing. So I guess I'll just, I'll get the stuff out and get that ready to go. Okay, so just got my potatoes, rinsed them off. I'm just gonna, I peel my potatoes usually. The odd time I don't when I'm making fries, but I wash them really good. Because yeah, I don't buy organic yet. So I'm just gonna peel. Whoop. I'm just losing it. There we go. Okay, so I'm just gonna. I always buy red. I've tried russet. I find they are too dry, which I wish it didn't bother me because they're so much more cheaper and way bigger, but it does. So anyways, and then I've also tried the yellow fleshed, which I really like as well, but I don't know, I just, for me personally, I like red better, so I buy red. I tend to fry my potatoes a lot. Like I'll boil them, let them cool, and then I'll fry them later with nothing. No, there's no, like, I don't use water, veggie broth, or anything like that. I just have a non-stick pan. Like I think it's a ceramic non-stick pan, and I just fry them in that. And I don't know, I find with the red they hold together better. Like when I fry like a yellow or the yellow flesh potato, I find that they become more like mushy, and I don't like that so much. So I just stick with the red, and I can get a 10-pound bag of potatoes is like $6 here where I am. So it's not overly bad. So anyways, I'm just gonna do that. I'm gonna fill the pot. Sun behind me. I'm gonna fill the pot, and then I just throw them on for 20 minutes, boil them for 20 minutes, and then we're done. And then, so I'll probably have those for lunch, and I'm gonna have some kind of vegetable. I'll probably just do broccoli, and that'll be my lunch. Like literally, there's nothing hard about it. It's the most simple, easiest thing. And all I do for me, because it's what I prefer, I put garlic powder, some seasoning salt, and I'll have like ketchup or mustard for dipping a little bit, and that's it. That'll be my lunch. So yeah, and I don't know if I'll I might add the end, at the end, the banana bread. If not, then I'll just show you in another video or whatever. So yeah, so this might be the end, we'll see. So I got my potatoes on, and the banana bread is in the oven. So I think that's, you know, pretty well all I have for you today. I'm not, you know, I don't want to be going out of my way to make like different recipes just to put them on here. So I'm gonna do them when I'm gonna do the video when I need to make something. You know, it's just too bad. Like last night I made a cheese sauce, but I don't like to film when the family is around. They're too interruptive, and just it would drive me bonkers. So I made a cheese sauce and like my gravy and stuff like that. So hopefully I can, you know, find a way to get these recipes to you guys when I'm making this stuff. So like, you know, today I wanted to make a banana bread, and I had the stuff and I had the time, and my daughter's here, but she's being quiet. She's on my computer with headphones, so I was able to do that. And yeah, so nothing crazy, you know, potatoes, whatever, big deal. Potatoes, vegetables, simple, easy, nothing to it. Don't have to make it hard, and it's delicious. So yeah, so I hope you guys give the banana bread a try. It's pretty good, and let me know what you think if you do give it a try. So yeah, you guys have yourself a good day, and we'll see you next time. Bye.